Yeah, finally. All right,
Are
bet.
we live?
We are now. Let me check all of the. Yeah, we're live there.
I'm gonna check
And we are live
YouTube.
here. Yeah, we're live on YouTube
I'm gonna check
and
Twitch. Let's see here.
yeah, we're good. Bet. All right, I'm gonna start posting. To Insta.
Yeah, put that up in the Discord real quick for Twitch, and I'm just gonna have them both up just so I can check if I need to. First BallBoy soccer podcast. We're watching the Man City Tottenham. This is gonna be a stupid game. I already know I'm gonna get mad at this game
Yeah, you and me both.
because you're a Spurs fan. I hate
Yeah,
both
they're.
these teams. The only problem is Liverpool are out of the race. Like, there's no way we're even coming close.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Arsenal,
no one's coming close. Even Newcastle's not even close, dude.
I mean, the only ones still in it now are like City, United, and Arsenal, obviously at the top. Which
What do
out of
you
those
mean?
three,
No,
I'd rather.
Newcastle isn't Newcastle ahead of them? Thought they were third on the table.
Let me look. It might be.
I am definitely also going to be eating while we're talking. So
Yeah, it's fine. No, Newcastle's still in fourth.
United took third.
Yeah.
They are 12-0 at home, so that's kind of whack.
So it's
All
Arsenal,
right.
City, United, Newcastle, then Tottenham. So Tottenham is trying to play for Champions League spot here, so maybe they won't completely sell. But
Hopefully.
my prediction is they're gonna sell. They're gonna.
Nah, they ain't
This
selling.
is
They ain't selling.
I'm seeing
You
this
kidding me?
from a mile away. This is corrupt.
No way. No way at all. Concurrent viewers. All right. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up the Twitch stream on here. Oh, but it is nice to finally be somewhere where we can sit here and talk everything
Took
footy
a month and 20
related.
something to get onto camera.
Yeah, for real. It only took me this long. But what better way to start than to
Watch two teams
black?
that I absolutely despise.
Yeah, literally. All right.
I mean, Conte went pretty strong with their lineup today. He
Let me
didn't.
take a look.
I mean,
But
Emerson
before we
kind of.
start,
Oh, okay.
before we start, welcome to the official BallBoy podcast. We are hopefully not going to be obnoxious and not have terrible takes. I mean, Christian's a Liverpool fan, so that's already pretty tough. But I'm a Tottenham fan, so you know how it be. I don't know. I don't know what it's like to win a trophy, and all they talk
But
about is they.
soccer fandom also comes from FIFA Ultimate Team, so
What do you
his
mean, bro?
knowledge is limited.
For
His
real,
favorite
for
player is
real.
Son, so he started watching soccer in the last 2-3 years.
What do you mean? Son's been relevant for so much longer. He's a goat. He's a goat. But all right.
Play for before he played for Tottenham.
What'd you say?
Who did he play for before he played for Tottenham?
He didn't. First professional signing.
All right, we're off
It
to a great start.
doesn't count. Doesn't count if he's if it's not a EPL team.
I don't know. Bundesliga is pretty good.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. But we are currently using Riverside as our platform, and we are affiliates. So if you are interested in doing a podcast and also doing this, please use Riverside. Here's their little intro video you get when you get to sign up and be an affiliate with them.
Great program, great software.
horrific.
That's
We love it, but
we need
we're
our own
hoping.
stuff like that. We gotta.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out
We need a graphics
all this.
designer. We need someone who makes videos like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just to preface this, how are we gonna structure these podcasts? Is we're gonna try to watch a game live, and we have segments that we're gonna be breaking up into throughout the podcast. But we're gonna also practice some of these games. We're gonna try to pick the bigger games, obviously, because that just appeals to more people. But we might throw in some midweek games. We might try to catch some games like some Wrexham games, maybe some Wallen and Hersham games if they're on anywhere. I don't know where they stream those at, probably YouTube, but we're gonna try
Yeah,
to
I
pick
think
the big teams.
no, yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I would love to. The Sheffield Wrexham replay. That's definitely going to be a game we're going to have to at least. I mean, all of us should at least watch, let alone cover. But no,
If you
that would
haven't
be
watched that document on Hulu, highly suggest it. That
yeah,
docu series is unreal good.
it's pretty fire. Big fan of that. But yeah, if you're watching, we're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. Feel free to comment in. I got those all pulled up. We can hear anything. We may have a guest join us in a little bit for halftime, but we're just gonna we're just gonna talk all footy and also just throw some amazing sound bits. So if you're an absolute stinker of a take, I mean, you may get a little. So we may tell you your take sucks, but we'll
Save the guest intro one for if we have a guest. I
of
like that
course,
one.
of course. No, that is fair. That is fair.
So all right, so
But
let's talk about this game we're watching right now because we're watching City versus Spurs, and it's
mhm,
already clear who I'm rooting for a tie. I want this game to be 0-0
a tie. That's terrible.
because I want both these teams to drop points.
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you? That's not my real prediction. That's what I want. What my real prediction is I think City's gonna win 3-0. Actually,
3-0. That's
that's
so
my
bold.
that's my legit take right now.
No,
I have
that's
zero
so.
faith in the Spurs and like Tottenham. I just don't think they they can score goals. They got plenty of goals in them, but they get scored on like nothing. Like not
Yeah,
like especially Lloris in the form that he's in, and their defense has just been
dude, Lloris is cooking right now. I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
ever since that World Cup. He's been playing like the Gea.
Dude, De Gea is goaded right now. What are you talking about? Dude, De Gea is the only reason that Manchester United only lost by 1 to Arsenal. You can't even convince me otherwise. Did you?
That's probably not a bad take.
I was gonna say, did you not see any of his like last minute goal line saves he had? Like he was actually as in form as we've seen De Gea this entire time.
He's an on and off player. Like some games he'll look like the best goalkeeper in the Prem, and then other times he looks like he should be in the Championship. So
Yeah,
he's a top one. But yeah,
I mean,
go. Let's go over let's go over your lineup because this will you talking about your Tottenham's lineup. It'll tell me how much confidence you actually have in them tonight.
well, okay, well, let me pull it up. Honestly, let's just go straight to tool. No, we'll go.
I have it up on
Uh,
goal.com. That's what I use for a lot of my.
yeah, okay. I'm gonna pull it up so then that we can. Let's see lineups. All right, I'm gonna screen share this. We can all see that. But I mean, this is the most classic. It's just truly is your most like classic Tottenham startup. They love the four
This is
three or the yeah
this is a
the three
Conte
four two
classic.
one.
This is a Conte classic. He brings this for. He's had this format. So do you remember? I don't know if you're watching the Prem at this time, but he was Chelsea's manager, and he played the
Yep.
same exact lineup. this is like his staple in the game. Like he brought this
Yeah.
to Italy. He brought it from Italy, and then he brought it to Chelsea, and then he brought it back to Italy, and now he's here in Tottenham with the same lineup.
I mean, I think it works, but I just don't think with who we have on the team right now that it truly does. I mean,
Yeah, I don't necessarily hate the lineup.
like as much as I would love to say Harry Kane is like your stereotypical I'm gonna run really fast type of striker and get in behind or make a move, like he's truly just a point and shoot guy. He's just there for the headers, he's just there for the tap-ins. And then most of this work is all by Kuleveski and Son. So I mean,
You know,
that's the only thing I don't like.
Kane is. I mean, Kane's absolutely like a poacher. But when's the last time you saw Kane hit like an absolute worldie?
No, exactly. That's the
You
whole
know what I
thing.
mean? Like he's
Yeah,
not hitting them from outside the box. I haven't seen
no,
him hit one from outside the box. I'm like, I actually don't remember the last time I've seen that from him.
no, it has been a long time. But that's what I'm saying. So like, that's where you see it from like Perisic, from Hoiberg, and also Son. Like those are the guys putting those and curling them and taking outside the shot or outside the box shots. But I see what I just really don't like about here is we did just part ways with Matt Doherty. So, and I actually wasn't like, didn't think he was a terrible player, but the
Let's
fact
get
the fact that I see
them
Emerson
on.
Royale
Yeah,
on
here we
here
go. Here we go.
absolutely
Let's
makes
talk some
me
real talk here.
no. I think his starting lineup, there's nothing I would change. I mean, I really like Ben Davies. Eric Dyer is Eric Dyer. I mean, he's literally equivalent to Harry Maguire. So
This is my take on Eric Dyer. If he played on a bigger team that wasn't Tottenham, he would actually be looked at the same as Harry Maguire.
no, exactly, 100%.
Harry Maguire played on Tottenham, people would look at him like he was Eric Dyer. But since he's on United, which is one of the biggest teams in England, he's Harry
yeah,
Maguire.
no, 100%. I think also the reason why Eric Dyer doesn't get as bullied for just his I don't know his lack of being a center back is the fact that they play a 3-4-2-1 because you're stereotypical like we see Harry Maguire fail and they're playing two center backs or they're playing two center backs rather than these three center backs. So it's
it exposes him less having two.
Yeah, I think people are like, "Oh, it wasn't his fault as much. The midfield collapse because he was on a 2-on-1." But I mean, even the goals he has let in this year, I mean, dude, he's let in some absolute stinkers from just poor positioning. One of them was a bad pass to Lloris, and it just went right in. And it's just like stuff like that is just terrible.
I was fully expecting to see Gareth Southgate pick Dyer and Maguire in his defense in the World
Oh,
Cup.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you're on two really well-known and big EPL teams. I mean, that's just England's team in a nutshell. So many of those guys got robbed of being able to play and get minutes.
How you feeling about Romero though? I know early season you were not liking him so much.
I mean, like, I think it's tough. Again, we saw him shine a lot better just due to the fact of when he was in the World Cup with Argentina, like the position he was there, I think fits him a lot better than the position we saw on Tottenham. Because again, I mean, personally, I'm just not a fan of three center backs across. I think because to be able to do that, you need a very, very strong midfield to hold you down. You also need essentially you're really hoping that your midfielders are getting back. And this is like if you get counterattacked on this formation, you're screwed. Like you're gonna get outnumbered. A 2v3 in an attacker's situation is pretty good because either way you still have to cover other distances and you still gotta cover every angle. The 2v3 for attackers.
You don't think he's athletic and fast enough to keep up with like wingers in the Premier League?
No, not at all. And
Like,
I mean, especially when
caught out too far forward, you think he's done for.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, and that's the thing, though, is I think Emerson, we're seeing the same thing as like what we're seeing with Trent. His ability to track back and his ability to actually know when he needs to push forward and then push forward or stay back is just not there. But speaking of him, he just got absolutely bopped by
So
Yeah, he's got
either
bopped
way,
by Jack Grealish, so.
let's take a look here. Yeah, Grealish just
But
came back, and that's nothing really.
no, it's not a foul, but it's
Oh
just.
no, he'll be fine. He's just being a baby. No, well, I was that actually that's a perfect segue because I was about to say like let's look at the matchup here because we got a pretty good like it's Jack Grealish versus Romero on that City's
Which
front.
I, which I'm not upset about. I think that's fine.
Jack Grealish, he's not. Have we ever known Jack Grealish to be like the most rapid winger? No,
But he is sturdy on
but
that ball. You are
he
not
will
pushing
take
him
you
off.
on. He will draw some fouls at you. So today, this is actually a masterclass by Pep. I think Grealish give the ball to his feet and let him go at Christian Romero a few times. He might pull a red card out of him today.
I mean, for Romero, I don't really think so. From Bentaker or Emerson Royale, 100%. I mean, I really think that's. I don't know. Oh, wait, I didn't even see City's lineup. They have Ake as a center back, and then they have Lewis as a left back.
We're
Oh,
definitely gonna talk about João Cancelo lately.
wait.
Oh,
Yeah, wait a
what a
minute.
start! Just like we said, poacher's goal, a poacher's poaching.
Dude, he's
Harry
getting
Kane,
so close
14th
to that
minute.
record. Yeah, that's a Harry Kane 14th minute goal right there against
What a
City.
game start!
And the worst part is they've been on the defense this entire time. I actually think
I
that was
know.
their
I was
first.
about to say that was probably one of the first times they were in City's third.
City was up. So City was at a negative 120 win for betting wise.
Oh
Spurs
yeah.
were at plus 300. So, I mean, the
This
fact that they just scored the.
degenerates, and we are not advising gambling. We're not.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
not.
Who was that? Was that Son? That was a great. Oh, that's just a bad.
That's a
Who
bad
passed
pass.
that? My Hoiberg. Hoiberg just came up the midfield and
That was
absolutely
Rodri who
caught
passed
out.
City though.
Yeah. Rodri actually blew that. That's a terrible pass and terrible decision.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough way to start a game. You don't know who's home. Is it? Are we in
Um.
today? Yeah, yeah. It looks like most of the fans are Spurs fans. We're in London right now.
Yeah.
Okay, this
But
is
yeah.
gonna
So
be this is gonna be tough for City. I'm not gonna lie. Going down this early, so my prediction's already wrong.
no. Well. All right, but let's also not forget that Spurs went up 2-0 literally a week and a half ago against City, and City went 4 goals unanswered. Spurs scored 2 goals in like the 42nd, and then the 46th and the 45th plus like 1 stoppage time. Went to halftime feeling good, and they just literally stopped everything. Even though it's interesting because the Spurs truly are like this entire season they've been a second half team where they've come alive.
Do you think that last result, the 4-2 result, is gonna help them in this game or hurt them?
Um,
Like,
no, I think it will help them because I think they need to understand that it's City depth to put on guys that could easily
in
start
the
at
70th minute,
yeah, in the
you're
70th minute
starting
you're getting
quality over
guys
any
that could
other team in the league.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could have guys start for Spurs that are hopping on for 30 minutes and going absolutely insane, um, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Okay.
But the issue that I think now is that Spurs need to continuously press because like City just doesn't.
But how much do you
Oh
really
my.
want them to press? Because you said earlier, like, if this team gets counterattacked, it's like it's not going to look it. And you do not want to have Haaland running down your throat on a counterattack.
No. Holland is. He's just. But that's the thing though is like even our center backs, dude. No one's big enough to compete with Holland, and that's the thing. And that's an issue you're seeing against every EPL team.
I mean, Dyer's not the tallest, but he's pretty strong.
Yeah, but Holland's 6'4". He's 6'4", and he's agile, so he can jump high. He's gonna out jump every single running back, or not running back, center back. But But right now the odds have switched. So Spurs are at a plus 134 to win. City's at plus 180, and the tie is sitting at a nice plus 250. So that's a big swing. So
Could you
that'd
explain
be
that for a minute for people who don't bet like me?
yeah. So of course, if you are of age in the state or country you're in and it is legal, sports betting is an option for the EPL. Um, and to kind of explain it in the short term, so if you have a plus next to your name, that is an underdog bet. And if you have a minus, that means you're favored. So with Man City being plus 180 to win the game, that means that if I bet $100, I would get $180 in return. So I would essentially be making 180. Oh, sorry, I would be making
You'd be
a
walking away with 180.
yeah,
Yeah.
essentially. So, which is not too bad. And honestly, right now, that's a bet that I would 100% take right now because I just don't think City loses this game. But I also don't want to bet against Spurs because again, they're also one of those teams where they'll go crazy against like a hard team, and they're just not stagnant of a team. They just fluctuate like crazy. I mean,
The
we saw this,
consistency is just
yeah,
non-existent.
and we saw this last year too. And I think what really helps Spurs out this year is I didn't even know KDB's on the bench.
So I was about to say we haven't really done the lineups, and the picture of KDB sitting on the bench with his head in his hands,
Mm-hmm.
looking at Tottenham already winning 1-0 is like it's almost comical actually.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely something to check. But so it looks like they changed their formation.
Well, they originally they just had like Julian Alvarez slotted in at the 10 position, but
Yep.
they're playing two strikers, which is more realistic because sometimes these websites don't always like Google doesn't always have it right off the rip.
Yeah,
So,
that's fair.
but yeah, this makes more sense to me. Like having Bernardo Silva, Rodri down center, Mahrez right wing, Grealish left wing, and then two strikers, Alvarez and Haaland. They're both strikers. Alvarez, like I don't think I've ever seen enough of him at like a number 10 position to say that he can play it
Yeah.
or say that he can't play it because I've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But good striker. He's not going to overtake Haaland for the starting number 9 position. That's
No, I don't.
for sure.
No one in the Prem would overtake that. I don't think there's a single person that could. Oh,
Is he is he the best striker on the planet currently?
Um. mm,
And before you give me an answer,
for,
I'll run you through some of the options here.
well, I got options in my head. I'm thinking Messi, Mbappe, and Holland. I think those are the only three strikers.
Timeout, because I don't consider Messi. I'm talking about like number 9.
Uh,
Messi is a forward, but he plays more of like a winger for PSG, and he played. I don't actually. Was he? He wasn't
See,
playing
like,
the number 9 for Argentina either. He was playing the 10, so he's not really a striker.
well,
I'm talking about like Haaland, Mbappe, Lewandowski, Benzema, Harry Kane could be in
no,
that conversation.
well, stop it. Right now, I mean, yes. I mean, Holland over Kane, that's easy. Holland has more
I
goals.
was trying
But
to be
straight
nice to
up,
you, but I don't consider Harry Kane even in the top like
who's getting carded
5
already?
strikers on the planet. Lewandowski's a good shout.
Mm,
I think Benzema, he's been like on and off in terms of form. Oh, look at that. Bentancur on a yellow card already, so maybe he might be right.
I just,
Currently, it's not Benzema.
I think the only thing, huh?
I said currently it's definitely not Benzema. I was just trying to give you something to think about.
No, yeah. I mean, I think Holland's. I really think it's just between Holland and Mbappe, but I
You don't think Lewandowski would?
no, I just but
That's fair.
I like I don't even think he has enough goals
Well,
right now.
he's
But
still
also, I
he's
think it's tough because we
Barcelona's
all
tough
know
though.
the part. This you all know that the Prem is the hardest. I would
Yeah,
say it
but
goes Prem, and I would say Liga is definitely harder than
okay. So Lewandowski's got 14 goals in La Liga, and he's the top goal scorer in La Liga. So he is running the show over there. Benzema's at 9, which is like tied for like third. Um,
but I just think the French league is more of a farmers league than than I personally think the league's harder. Uh, who do you even have in France? Like generally,
all right,
yeah,
let's do this because I love doing rankings and stuff like that. So
yeah,
let's go through the list of what league do you think is the best. We'll start with number 5 out of the big 5 leagues. We're talking France, Spain, England, Germany, and Italy. Those are the big 5 leagues in Europe. Let's go over who we think is. We'll go worst to best, 5 to 1. 5 is
well,
it's got to be Ligue 1 in France. They are really like the
100%.
biggest like farmers league out of the big 5.
I mean, this just recently switched though. I think it used to be that 5 for the past handful of years. I think the past 2 3 shown so much talent shift over there, and
Okay,
also
so
we're seeing a lot of talent move out of it. Well,
I'm with you here. So I think, well, no, I always thought like France has always been number 5 for me, but Italy had like that run of like 10 years where Juventus were just winning it every year. Serie A was not looking good. Like I would watch some of those games maybe like
mm,
4 or 5 years ago, and the play was sloppy. The games were slow. The ref would call the whistle on every little thing. So like there was no flow to the game. It was very stop start. It was bad football. But the refs aren't as involved as much. The talent is getting crazy over there. The teams are getting better. I think winning the Euros definitely helped them. Like Italy winning the Euros helped Syria perform a little bit better. And obviously, we've had 2 different champions in the last 2 leagues, and neither of them being Juventus, which is like great for the league.
mm,
Having AC Milan and Inter Milan be back at the top of Italy, I think is phenomenal for Serie A. I love the Serie A.
yeah,
I think uh, this is my like kind of hot take. The Premier League is like in terms of quality, in terms no, in terms of quality, it is the best league. Like the best coaches come here, the best players come here. It's the best league. It makes the most money, but there's a little bit of like it's a little too industrial and commercial. Italy
I mean, I
has
was just honestly,
Italy has more
I just think
soul.
premise.
Italy has more like heart behind it. It's entertaining football. The fans I think are unbelievable. The stadiums are gorgeous. I think the league in itself is just it's a little more pure. You know what I'm saying? I think the Serie A is
Keep
that's like
talking.
one of my favorite leagues. I think it's just like a little more pure. I think Premier League has lost the little bit of soul in football that we used to see. It just seems a little too revolving around money and stuff like that. That's why I personally like the Serie A more. Um, let's see. Tottenham's in the box. Tottenham's attacking right now. They might get another one right here. Corner kick. Okay, we're getting a good corner kick from Tottenham here. Ben, I hope you're watching this. I know you just walked away for a second. I don't know where you went, but we'll see how this goes. Let's see.
But no, I mean, I hear what you're saying, and it's a terrible show whatsoever. But like, I
No,
think
no,
for
no
me,
question that the Premier League is a better league in it. I mean, it's the most successful league in the world for a reason. I just
no, yeah,
personally like the Serie A a little bit more. I like the teams, I like the jerseys, I like the logos, I like the fans. Everything
yeah,
about it is just a little bit more. It's a little more pure. It's a little more raw,
no,
which
yeah.
I like. It's definitely not as
Like, I
refined.
think this it's you see it, but then you also see people become machines. Like for instance, and this is the best way to put it, man, they play one system under Pep. If you that how Pep likes it, you get replaced, and it doesn't matter. That's why we see Jack Grealish barely touch the
We're having the
field.
Jack
That's
Grealish conversation.
yeah, and just Jack Grealish would be better on a different team. But under
When he
Pep,
played for Aston Villa, he played
he
so
was in,
freely and so like creative.
was
But
gut.
under Pep,
There's a
you
reason
don't get
why
those freedoms.
yeah, there's a reason why he went for 120 million. You know, like because Jack Grealish was that good. Like what?
Yeah.
Good? No, but I mean that's just that's a whole different story with all that oil money. So,
But the amount of
but
chances he would create just from like dead balls and penalties, but also just creating chances out of free play. Like he was a very threatening player, but on City, you don't get that kind of freedom. Like you gotta like play by Pep's play by Pep's rule book, or you don't play.
no, and
Or
it's
unless you're João Cancelo and you don't play at all and you get mad about it, then Pep just kicks you out entirely.
yeah, no,
He
yeah,
shipped him out to Bayern so quickly.
yeah, no, yeah, he really did.
All right, but back on track. So we agree that Ligue 1 is just like the fifth league
Yeah,
out of the
no, yeah,
out of
and
they're the worst one.
and I like it sucks that they're offering him money, like not because I think Mbappe should go to the Prem, but I feel like a higher league that it has more competition. Like if he went, like if he actually went to Madrid, I think Mbappe would help solidify himself as one of the greatest for 5 years.
Yeah, you're
Because
not wrong. Like Mbappe belongs in Madrid. Like I think it's gonna happen, but his reasoning of like getting the bag and staying in France, it was I think it was a good thing for French football because I think it makes more players, especially homegrown French players, want to stay in Ligue 1. I think it makes them a little more hesitant to leave if they know that there's more money coming into this league, which again, the rest of the league besides PSG, there are good teams out there like Marseille and Lyon, but like they're not competitive enough to like dethrone. Uh, they're not competitive enough to dethrone PSG, and they're not even gonna get close. Like Lille did it surprisingly. Like that was very surprising that Lille actually pulled it off. Like a couple years ago. Can you hear that by the way? My TV. Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, Lille surprised them and won League On, but like after that, Lille's like a mid-table team now, and they didn't like
yeah,
exactly like their team didn't like implode. Like their roster stayed pretty much the same. They lost their coach. That's the thing. They did lose their coach. Their coach is Gaudier, who went to PSG.
mm,
Like that's the guy who won the league with Lille, and then he immediately went to PSG, which I'm almost 100% sure.
yeah,
Like that's what happens in like those farmer leagues. It's a farmers league because the rest of the league just grows the top team's crops, the
no,
players, the coaches, everything.
mhm, no,
Which
yeah.
leads me to my next point. The Bundesliga is number 4.
Oh well, yeah, no, and I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, right now we're seeing Berlin Union from anyone, but
No,
yeah, it's just
if you
Bayern,
look at
BB.
previous seasons, Bayern Munich could have a bad season up until the last quarter of the season, and they will still come back and win it.
Yeah,
Like it's just
no,
happened,
yeah,
and the rest of the league in Germany has just they have acted like Bayern Munich's academy. like
I
Dortmund
mean,
is truly just Bayern Munich's academy. Like they sell to Bayern every summer at least once. That's what it feels like at least.
oh yeah, no, and I think right now, situation, I think that's the best is they're having goalie issues where now they need to pick up a new goalie. They can offer any other starting keeper in that league, and they can easily just buy him out. And it's like they don't have to go look anywhere else. They don't have to home. They just have that money and that sway within it. It's something that you just see being that's something that's happening for years.
The rest of the league is not like they're not competing. They're just not. They're like the rest of the team is just not at that level. Like Dortmund, like they're a good. They're one of the best teams in Europe, but they're not. They're not challenging Bayern. Like they're like a
No,
team. Like they're easily number two. You don't really want to see them in the UCL. Like they're kind of a headache in the UCL and like other European competitions, but like they're beatable. They're super beatable. And they're just a feeder club for Bayern. So I don't see if your number two is that like not intimidating, then I'm not worried about the rest of the league. So that's why I have Bundesliga at number 4.
I think it's a fair thing to have. 'Cause, I mean, I think, I mean, again, like me and you have just talked about outside, like, dude, if you like right now, I'll even pull it up. Just the amount of people that have come from Berkeley, like, let's see.
You can think about just like the recent like big players that went from Dortmund to Bayern Munich. Like we saw Lewandowski, Götze, Hummels all leave after that Klopp era of Dortmund, and they went to
Yeah,
Bayern
I
Munich and
mean,
won a bunch of trophies.
yeah, I talking about. I mean, I'm trying to just find some list, but I mean, even now, I mean, you got Bellingham, who's unstoppable. Uh,
Are you just talking about like players that
yeah,
have left Dortmund in general?
yeah, or players that have left Dortmund to go to a team of a higher caliber, or go to putting themselves at better positions. You
Oh well, then that conversation can be endless. The laundry list is massive. It's Pulisic, it's Jadon Sancho, it's Erling Haaland, it's Aubameyang, it's like throw a rock and it's any player that they've ever like had. Not just
know,
players they've produced. They've produced players like Pulisic. Like he was at the academy for a while and he's one of US's best players. But like even players that they bring in from other teams, like they brought in Aubameyang from Saint Etienne in France, and he
yeah,
was great the couple seasons he was there. But then immediately just snatched up. Like they don't have. There's no retention on that team. They don't have any like consistency with
yeah,
players.
and that's the thing that's gonna, like make this statement. But I think when we're looking at it and we see it's is Dortmund's true desire to actually win a trophy, or is it just to be a stepping stone for all of these bigger guys? Because the money they're making off people like Holland, Aubameyang, Poole, like they're literally making money that. I mean, that's why. I mean, and it's
Not
crazy because they have crazy fan bases in all of soccer.
yeah, the
Like the
yellow
yellow wall, but I don't. It's one of those things where
need
it's
an
like,
investigation in on Dortmund to see if they're really in it to try to win or if they just want the money.
no. But the thing is, like, I feel like a lot of players kind of already know that. You know what I mean? Like you're Jude Bellingham, like right now, and like Jude already knows
Oh,
he's
he'll be
getting.
gone within a year.
Like
He'll be
he's gonna
gone.
be gone. Yeah, he's gonna be gone this summer. Like during the summer window, he's gonna be gone. Saying,
I don't think
but
Liverpool are actually going to pick him up, but man, would I love it if they did.
you don't have the money. You'd have to sell like two to afford
No,
Jude.
we have
Dude,
a secret little stash of money just hiding in a safe with Jude Bellingham's name on it.
dude, Jude Bellingham is no. If Jude goes to the
Actually
Prem,
lure him
No, if he goes to the Prem, he's gonna be Enzo Fernandez like price. Like he's not going under 100.
No, absolutely, but it's been reported
You
by
guys
numerous
have that.
sources that that's why we haven't spent money in the last. Well, that's not even true because Darwin Nunez was so damn expensive. That's why we didn't.
Arwin, Cody Gakpo. What are you talking about? Gakpo wasn't.
In today's day and age, he was very cheap.
Well, yeah. What was he like 50?
Nah, he was. I think it was falling around like the 30s, mid 30s.
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
don't
though,
I don't
bro,
remember
nah.
the actual
The thing
numbers
that,
because I see it in dollars, pounds, and like euros.
yeah, yeah.
So I
I
know
mean,
what
like,
the right number.
I think the other issue too that we're seeing is like since we are coming off of a World Cup year, like Cody, like, dude, the only reason why people know Cody Gakpo is because of the World Cup and the fact that he plays for Netherlands, which you know stereotypically is always a pretty good team. So it's not like we're sitting here. I mean, dude, even look at Wout Weghorst. It's the same thing.
Sorry, I just gotta fix my mic.
No, you good. But like, yeah, even look at like Wout Weghorst, like Netherlands run they did, doing the things they did. They scored the most iconic. They had the most iconic. You can call it free kick of all against Argentina. Argentina,
The
Netherlands
most
was
iconic free kick of all time. I think I can name a
it,
couple more.
not in this past World Cup. You're telling me that that fake free kick,
Yeah.
like, dude, that literally that tied it. They were in extra time in the 90th minute, and that's what put them into OT. To like the single like one of
Wow,
the
Weghorst,
very
man.
reasons
He's just
that
he's. I don't even think he's that quality to be honest with you.
no
I just think he's big.
a big
He's a
dude.
massive striker, but he's not that good. United
Yeah,
picking
I
him
mean,
up was really like funny to me.
hmm
Like that seemed like a bit of a panic buy because they wanted an extra striker after letting like Ronaldo leave.
yeah,
But picking up Val Vegas is like, that's a panic buy and a half.
100%. I mean, I don't. Has he even touched the field yet?
Yeah, yeah, he's played.
Oh,
So
decent save and
Bundesliga. So Bundesliga's number 4. That's just. I don't think there's much
yeah,
argument there.
I know. Fine.
But now picking 2 and 3 is this is the tough one because we have either La Liga or Serie A.
One. I mean, here, I'll do this really quick.
Now I think people will be. Ooh, Jack Grealish almost hit one. Also, if you look at the
Yeah, I
yellow
saw that.
cards, both of us were right. Romero's already
I
on a
know.
yellow card, and
And
Bentancur's
Bentic,
already on a yellow card. So
yeah, I know, and it's
I'd be
that's
sweating if I was a Spurs fan.
key. This won't. Wow, that was yeah. Jack just looking extra scary at them. Hold on. All right, let me do this.
So I
All
think
right.
people would be quicker to put La Liga at number 2 just because Real Madrid and Barcelona, those are the best 2 clubs probably ever to exist, if I'm being honest.
That's fair.
Um,
Fair.
but again, you look at the rest of the league, and it's just the rest of the league is not very good. Atletico is not a great team. Like they had a couple years where they were very competitive. They were very obnoxious, dangerous team to play, especially in like UCL knockout games or like late in the season when you're close to getting Champions League spot or you're close to cleaning up La Liga for like a Barcelona or Real Madrid or something like that. But like they're just not that team anymore. They don't have the talent to back up their level of like aggression. They're just a dirty team now. They just play dirty, but they're not good.
Yeah.
So it kind of ruins the whole thing.
That's
But besides them, like who else we got in La Liga? We got Sevilla, we got Valencia. Real Betis has been good lately. Sociedad has been good lately.
Sociedad actually has. Well, Sociedad's really good. They're short now. Slow. I'm pretty sure isn't slow there.
Let me see.
See that striker? Or am I?
Orloth, that big. What is he? Danish? Is he Danish? I think he's Danish.
Let me see. Yeah, he plays for Sociedad.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They they have a couple other decent teams, but again, it's nothing that
I mean, he has 8
you know
goals
what?
and.
If you look at the table, the biggest teams that aren't Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico, the other biggest teams like Valencia and Sevilla, well, they're in they're in 14th and Sevilla in 14th,
No,
Valencia
yeah.
in 16th. So both those teams have been flopping hard this season.
Really putting the league up for 3.
Well, your only other argument is Serie A, and this is why I think Serie A is second because I think you can get rid of that. How are you spelling that? It's La Liga, so Liga.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking of Liga.
I know.
Liga 1.
Um,
And
so Serie A has to be second because if you look at the standings right now, Napoli's in first, and they're in first by a country mile, which doesn't sound good for the league. That one team is just dominating. But again,
yeah.
this goes back to having multiple competitive teams. Like
No, fair.
Juventus is
I mean,
Juventus is
minus
falling off
Juventus.
for. Go ahead.
I will say, yeah, minus Juventus is a scandal that just happened and them dropping
Yeah,
in the
that's a
table,
whole nother
but
conversation. But they're falling off for pretty decent reason. But if you look at
yeah,
the rest of the table, Inter won it, then Milan won it, and now Napoli is just cleaning house. They have an unbelievable team, but it's a competitive league. And if you look at the table
yeah,
now, Roma's in second, and Inter's in third, and Lazio's in fourth, then Atalanta, then Milan. So the two previous winners aren't even number 2 and 3 necessarily. Oh my God! Did you see that?
yeah,
Did you see
yeah.
that save? That header?
That was.
Oh, who was that? Romero. No.
Uh,
Oh, I thought that came off Romero's head. That just went straight to the crossbar. Wow.
oh my gosh,
Yeah, I thought Christian Romero got his head to that, and that's what led her to the crossbar.
Mahrez, bro. Of course, it's Mahrez. This is the one that ripped through us in the last game.
Harry Kane's
And
so athletic.
there's doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Anyways, back to Serie A. This league is great because it's competitive. I love this league. I love the teams. The players are. I love a lot of the players in the Serie A. And I also just love Jose Mourinho. He belongs in the Serie A, and I'm glad he's back there with Roma. I love AC Milan. They're probably my favorite team in Italy. I love them. So I was very happy to see them win last year. Kind of
Yeah.
tough run results lately, but this Napoli team is phenomenal, man. Their kids are unreal. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but this kid from Georgia in Europe. Let's see, where is his? I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce his name, but everyone knows who I'm talking about. He's a midfielder, 21. He's a left winger.
Hold
He's
on, I
playing out
can
of his mind.
bring
The
him up.
rest of the team is just
What team is
right
that?
behind him. Napoli. Let's see
I
what his stats
mean,
are. Let's see what he's doing for the team.
yeah.
I have such a tough time looking this guy up because I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, it's I mean he scored a penalty game yeah, no, he's yeah, you're talking
You know what I'm talking about that, but they're a good team, man. They're a really good
Yeah.
team. Um,
Where's he at?
having 6 or
Where is
7
he?
competitive teams, because if you look at the rest of the table in Serie A, like everything's so
Is
like
it Andre Frank? Is that his first name?
who?
The Napoli.
He's a left winger. It starts with a K.
Where is he? Do you see him on here?
Let's see.
Right here, Karim. Is that
Shalia or whatever. I have no idea how to pronounce it.
Let me see if I can find it. Or just where is he on this lineup?
Go lineup. He's a left winger.
Right here. Yeah. I was like
Left winger. Yeah,
7.
yeah.
All right, gotcha.
That kid, he's a monster, man. He's a monster.
We are at time at the Spurs Man City game, and it is
Ill
1-9 Spurs. Yeah. He's 8 goals, 9 assists, and 6. Disgusting.
And just like to put it in
Number
perspective,
7.
Napoli is
Uh,
at first with 56 points. Roma and Inter are tied for second with 40 points. So they have a 16-point gap right now. Yeah. But if you look at the rest of the table, so everything from second place to 6th place, so Roma, Inter, Lazio, Atalanta, and Milan, they're only separated by 2 points. 2 teams on
yeah,
40,
I mean,
3 teams by 38. The race for like the Champions League spots is as tight as it'll ever get.
yeah. No, yeah.
So this league is like,
He's only lost 1 game.
yeah.
Well,
This
that
go look up Napoli's recent games and just go check out their recent result against Juventus, because I think this was like probably a week before the whole Juventus scandal happened. So
mm-hmm.
Juventus is just having a tough month.
Oh, I forget
5-1.
Di Maria still on Juventus.
5-1 is just an ugly number.
Oh yeah.
That's
Victor
tough.
Osimhen is yeah, because he got Player of the Week.
He's been phenomenal as well. Like, yeah, this is why like we could go through each team in Serie A and talk about all the great things about each team, but that's why I have them at second, because they have more competition, and like I said, they have more heart and soul than almost any other league in Europe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To
No,
me,
which is fair.
that's my take.
No, and that's a pretty fair take. I mean, that's something that I think what you're seeing too is like things have been changing a lot just because the Prem is so high up there that all these teams, these leagues, like because I mean, it was Prem and it was La Liga. That and that's truly how it was for a very long time. It was that because of how strong Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and
Like
Real Madrid.
popularity.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, commercial
If we
popularity,
go
but
back to
even
like the '90s and stuff like that, Serie A was probably a better league than the Premier League. Not probably.
yeah,
It
well,
was.
I mean, that's
Those
without
Milan and
everything.
Inter teams were disgusting.
Oh yeah, no, at all. We even just go back to Champions League winners right now. Like in the past, if you look at the 10 Champions Leagues, you'll see the.
We got to get Kevin on here at some point because he's our resident Perugia fan. And if you don't know who Perugia is, they're a team in the second division, Serie B, in Italy, and they've just been lights out lately. I don't know why he became a fan. Maybe he could explain that, but they've been playing lights out lately.
Liverpool, Madrid, Barcelona, Madrid, Bayern, Barcelona, Inter, Barcelona, United, Barcelona, Liverpool, Porto, Milan, Real Madrid. I mean, that's the thing too. It's like, which is
go to like the late '90s, early 2000s.
yeah, Milan, Barcelona, Liverpool, Porto, Milan, Real Madrid, Bayern, Real, United, Real, Borussia represents X, Marcel,
A
but
lot of Milan in there. They had some
yeah,
really disgusting teams, but yeah, so
no,
that's
that,
why Serie A has got to be second, and obviously Premier League's going to be first.
yeah,
It's just the best league in the world for a lot of reasons.
I agree. I think that we see more, and especially now, just because, and I think what's also is the fact that overran by oil money, and with that oil money, you just see like at the end of the day. I mean, look at his Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle last year was in a relegation battle, and now spot. They had the biggest jump in a range. They had some phenomenal signings. I mean, who did they sign? Who's signings in the past like year?
We can get to that in a second, but I want to
Yeah,
just fact check your Newcastle being a relegation battle team last year because I don't remember that.
they either. I mean, whether they were probably not in a relegation, but close. I mean, here, PL, I can pull it up right here for last year. I mean, okay, but like this, like it was either last year or the year before the battle, which also helped with their ability to get bought because they got bought when they were close to like the relegation because the owner wanted to sell before they dropped to the championship.
Yeah, but dude, Newcastle was in 11th last year, so
They were in the last, okay, but at 49, okay, but then if you look at 20 Newcastle again, okay, 12th. Oh,
they've been
Fulham
pretty
got
consistently a
relegated.
mid-table team.
Yeah,
But them getting the buyout was definitely. Here's the thing: you see PSG and you see Man City get bought by these big like the oil money, and
yeah,
they go out and buy $50 million plus players in every position, and then they fill their bench with also $50 million plus players. So they get depth, they get all these star players for just unlimited money. Like they don't have there's like no end to it, right?
yeah,
Newcastle hasn't really done that. Like they've gone through two windows with Eddie Howe and all this money, and they haven't
mm-hmm.
like gone crazy. Like they've brought in Bruno Guimaraes from Olympic Lyon, and he's been outstanding. They've brought in Alexander Isaac from I think he just came from Sociedad, and he's been decent. I don't think he's even been their starter as of late, but he's like,
Yeah,
but they're not like spending billions on players. Like they just got a really good coach, and Eddie Howe added a couple pieces to his team that he needed to make his system work, and it's
yeah,
working like phenomenally. Like they're playing like out of their mind. Like you would have thought, like let's take like Miguel Almiron for a minute. He came from the MLS, so a lot of people already look down on him in the Premier League. You would have thought that as soon as Newcastle got all this money, they would have just shafted him and brought in a new right winger. There was rumors that Mbappe was going to come in. Everyone, I don't know if you remember that, but there was rumors that when they got bought out, Mbappe was going to be their marquee signing. But no, Eddie Howe came in. He kept his lineup pretty similar to what it always been and kept the consistency. And now Miguel Almiron's been one of the best players in the Premier League for the last 2 or 3 months.
uh,
So I respect the way Newcastle's doing it, and I don't respect the way City and PSG have done it.
No, I agree, but I mean also something that Ben Foster brought up on his podcast, the Fozcast,
I love that
the
podcast.
way that Newcastle is defense is something you don't see in a lot of other teams. Every they have back there is 6-3-4, because a big thing that's happening nowadays is the thing is they're. I mean, dude, you look at is their smallest guy back there, like, and I mean, I'll just go to Newcastle alone, and we can just
Even their left back is pretty massive.
yeah, oh yeah. You look at their lineups and how they run it, like
And their left back Dan Burns. Dan Burns is a massive guy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ahmed
Like all
Sarr,
these guys,
big.
but like the thing is, like big, now they know they'll never lose a set piece. They'll never lose like a cross.
And
Gotta
that
do is
already
just head it out.
eliminates
And
so much of the threat from the Premier League because there's a lot of teams who are really good at set pieces in this league.
but I mean that's why you see Newcastle literally stolen over 570 minutes of like playtime in the EPL. Like if you look of any of their games, dude, that's all why is they don't score high, don't concede goal.
Right.
Like right here. But again, it's also for um call it. So yes, they did when the Southampton, you know, they like 0, and then oh yeah, they lost to
It's a
Sheffield. I
low-scoring
forgot
game.
about yeah games and stuff like that. It's
I just think Eddie Howe's a great manager. Like him back in Bournemouth, like he was
yeah
clearly you could see it clearly on the field that he was a tactically sound manager and that he got good performances out of not so great players. But that's why they didn't go very far with Bournemouth because they didn't have the funds to give Eddie Howe the proper tools. They had a couple
yeah
decent players, but it was definitely not enough to get into a Champions League spot, much less a mid table spot. But now you get Newcastle, who's a pretty famous club historically and has now the funds and already some
yeah.
good players already on the team. They got rid of Richarlison.
What'd you say?
Oh wait, no, Richarlison came from. I don't know why I'm thinking
I was say
Richarlison
he
from
came from
Newcastle.
he,
Yeah, he came from
Everton.
Watford, then Everton.
Yeah, but it's definitely something. I think it's one of those things that we see more and more. I just think that sometimes the oil money really gets it, but sometimes it doesn't. I agree. What Newcastle go about it, and that's a
It's all money at the end of the day, but both City and Newcastle are in the top four. They're just doing it differently.
no, 100%. Really are. Let me see.
So yeah, top five leagues. French is the worst. Bundesliga is probably right there. Then La Liga. They have some ground to make up, and then Serie A. Then Premier League's just been at the top for so long. It's hard to argue that.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
So second half's about to start here. City Tottenham.
Yep.
Do we want to go over the games from yesterday real quick? Not that I'm
Sure.
aching to do this because it hurt.
Yeah, we can go through really quick as they start, but yeah, I mean, this morning Nottingham Forest beat Leeds. Newcastle, West Ham tie.
As Americans, as Americans, we want to root for like Leeds a little bit just because they have three of our best players and one of our coaches.
Yeah.
It's hard to root for a team like Leeds.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I love Tyler Adams. I love Weston McKennie. I think Brandon Aaronson's a little overrated. I think American fans like him a little too much.
No, yeah.
Jesse Marsh isn't a. He's not a Premier League manager. He doesn't belong in there. He's not the worst manager I've ever seen, but he's
No. No, yeah.
definitely
I agree.
not a Premier League manager to me. I think he'll be gone. I think they'll give him the boot pretty soon, honestly.
I mean, then Jesse Marsh is definitely going to take over as the U.S. men's team coach. And that's
Do you think that'll happen?
their,
I
yeah, I
wouldn't want
do.
to see
I
that.
mean, no, I wouldn't want to see that, but I think the most American thing that we would do is coach Pram and then go from. But
I love the rumors of like the U.S. men's national team going after coaches like Zidane or Pep Guardiola or Jose Mourinho.
yeah,
Like obviously we want like that. That to me feels like Aston Villa going after Mbappe and Haaland for a new
that's
striker.
what I'm saying. It's like,
There's a little too outlandish. Like I love the ambition there, but that's not. It's a little unrealistic.
oh, is that a banger? To go quickly go through before we continue. Chelsea things go. Love it.
That's
Arsenal
Friday's
losing to
game, right?
Everton. Games. Arsenal losing to Everton. That I don't get that at
That's
all.
Saturday. That was yesterday. That's a stunner.
Yeah,
But
waking up to see that scoreline, I was dumbfounded. But
Arsenal losing is tough because like I'm kind of like I want now that Liverpool's like out of it, I want Arsenal to win it all. I don't want to see City or United get even close to it. So I'm like with it. I'm for Arsenal winning it because that's not really a problem. Like I'm not gonna be horribly mad at that. Um, so seeing them lose is like stunning. But then you look at Everton, and they just hired Sean Dyche as the manager, and he's a Premier League manager through and through. He's like
yeah,
he's like if you took like Sunday League football and just made him a genius. He's like
no, yeah.
he's a genius who just loves Sunday League football. He's a real
Let's see. So Ilk and KDB are warming up, so that should be interesting.
Kevin De Bruyne coming on will change this game.
Yeah,
That's
really
not like
will.
that's not like a take. That's just like a fact.
Yeah, straight fact. I don't
Yeah,
understand. I
coming
don't know
up
if he's
hard.
just
That's like
resting
a hard
him.
take to say.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to rest him. I don't know. But yeah, Everton beating our wild. Brighton, Smith, not shocking. Did losing
Brighton's a good team.
Casemiro.
I'm not gonna wait. We can't. Well, it's Bournemouth. They played Bournemouth, so that result makes sense, I guess. Brighton should have
Yeah,
won that
yeah.
game.
No, yeah. Casemiro things and getting red cards
Joe
are
getting well
literally
used is super funny to me.
zero,
That's inappropriate, and
zero.
we don't need that in the game. But I kind of like it.
It's just so soft, and it's just like the fact that he just not strong enough, and the fact he just choked someone
You
out.
just can't put your hands around someone's neck. It's
Yeah, I mean,
hilarious. It's hilarious because no one got hurt, but that's just a red card.
yeah, it's it's just stupid. Man United minutes of football winning is not super surprised to Crystal Palace. No, nothing against Crystal, but it's just it's only 20
I
minutes of playing
actually
kickball.
similar to Leeds. I actually I want to root for Crystal Palace a little bit because I like Chris Richards, the American center back there.
Yeah, I also
I
really
keep a
like
closer eye on like
Wilfred
American
Zaha,
players in the
but
Premier League. So like I do like Wilfred Zaha. I think he's been held hostage at that club for far too long. But I only really
oh
like to like put on Crystal Palace games when I want to see like Chris Richards play. If he's not playing, like I'm not like dying to see them play, but I want to see him do well. So
no, yeah, no, just there. Brentford being Southampton. That one by 3-0. That was actually kind of surprising because
you think
Brentford is.
Southampton gets relegated finally?
Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, but isn't Brentford in that? Pretty sure Brentford's in that.
No,
battle.
Brentford's a lot
Not
higher than you
kidding.
think, buddy.
Just kidding. They're in seventh. Oh,
Yeah, I
jeez.
think this is the year that Southampton finally just falls.
I mean, hey man, Leeds is pretty close there too.
But
Leeds
Southampton's in last, though. You're not looking at it. You're looking at Everton can survive, but Southampton's not surviving.
barely, man, barely. It's tough.
If you can tell me
It's
one team on this table that Southampton can beat, radio silence is deafening.
I
I
didn't
want
hear
you.
what you
I
say.
want you to name one team on this table that Southampton could beat right now.
No, I'm not saying Southampton should get relegated, but I'm saying I'm like
Oh, okay.
this is a lot closer. Like yes, every game
It's a
Southampton
tight race
plays, like
because
that's what I'm saying. It's very
Wolves,
tough.
West Ham, and Leeds, Everton, and Bournemouth, they're all within 3 points. So that is a very tight race. This looks similar to the Serie A UCL race.
Yeah, yeah,
So I like this. This is gonna be good end of the season stuff.
oh yeah. Yeah, United Wolves beating Liverpool 3-0. That was a big shot for everyone. Letting up
Man,
letting up 2 goals. Such a quick succession is always really tough. But
so if it weren't for the fact that it was like -6 degrees last night where I am, and that the house was freezing this morning, I wouldn't be wearing this hoodie because I'm very upset with the way Liverpool have been playing. uh Klopp came out in his press conference and was like, "Oh, I'm ashamed of the first 15 minutes. Like things need to change immediately." And I agree. I think a lot of things should change immediately. I think he should finally he's got to reinvent his system a little bit. He's got to change things up, and he's got to bench someone. He's got to bench somebody just to make a statement.
yeah,
Not that he has the resources to be benching players in certain positions. Like I just want to throw Mo Salah on the bench just to see what kind of reaction that would get out of him and the rest of the team. But then who are we going to play a right wing?
I actually though yes, I know what you're
I'm not
saying.
blaming Mo Salah. I just say let's take our player, our big money player, and let's throw him on the bench for the game and see how the rest of the team reacts. Let's see how he reacts. Maybe he comes out after that and balls out for the rest of the season. I don't know
I'm,
because we
I
haven't
mean, yeah,
tried it yet.
yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, also, it's like, what is most solid in this season too? So like,
Nothing, nothing.
it's I think it has
But
what like
who are we going
three,
to
four
replace him for?
goals.
Like Luis Diaz, Diego Jota, they're injured. Fabio
Yeah,
Carvalho coming off a light injury, still injured. Harvey Elliott, maybe. Harvey Elliott has been the only player who looked like he's really
he's honestly the most enjoyable person on that team to actually watch because
yeah.
when he plays, he percent you could tell.
Plays with energy. He plays with heart. He's fighting still. The rest of the team seems like they're just mailing it in at this point.
No, no, it's fair.
But
I
then
mean,
we
I
still
also
have
think
injuries.
it's.
We still have injuries everywhere.
I mean, yeah, the injury battle is always going to be super tough, but I think it's also really tough, and just because realistically, Darwin Nunez at Benfica was absolutely in form, and he came to the Prem, and I don't know if it's a virus or something, but
He also can't speak
to a
English,
point, yes, I was gonna
so
say
that
a
doesn't
point where
help.
it's like, yeah, I was gonna say it'll a point where like he's just saying things that it's not skill wise, so
It's a
it's
mental
like
thing.
yeah, so mentally Darwin Nunez isn't here. I don't know what he's gonna have to do during the off season thing, but
He's in a rut.
he's in form, you'll have number 9, which is what you guys need.
Him or Gakpo at the number 9 would be very preferable because they're big, they're athletic,
Yeah,
they can win aerial duels.
100%.
I
No, yeah,
like
no, they're both big, both tall.
but they're not putting in the performances, and it's just like you spent 100 million on Darwin Nunez. You'd expect little bit more out of him to be $100 million man, but I'll be patient. I'll give him another season before I'm truly hating on him because right now I don't like him. Right now I think he's been a waste of money. Right now I think he's overrated. But
Yeah.
first season in the Premier Leagues, you can't like no one's ever gonna. That's not true. I can't say no one because Haaland is lighting it up, but like not everyone's gonna be like Haaland, where you just like get 30 goals in your first 20 games in the Premier League.
To not been occurred. Ben Davies with an absolute shot at net from.
You can
But
see Man City starting to get a little frustrated here. And when Man City start to get frustrated, they don't play as well, much like like most soccer players. That's the case.
yeah, yeah.
But especially
But
them when they start
I'm
losing their
still
temper.
confused with the KDB thing and like what's the that?
I mean, he's coming on. You just saw him put on his jersey.
Oh really? I may be a little behind. My streams lagged a bit.
Got you.
Yeah, but that probably sums up yesterday shenanigans.
That Liverpool game is shocking. Man. I think we need to see like. Here's the other thing. Obviously, everyone in the media has been giving like Trent like stick this season for just being like terrible, and he has been like pretty terrible.
Yeah,
But
but
there's one thing
it's
like here's the thing. Andy Robertson has been uh like one of the best left backs in the world for the past like 5 years. And even though he
yeah,
was like that good, Klopp went out and bought a left back. Not necessarily to replace him, but just someone to keep him on his toes and like make him think like if you aren't performing, we have someone who's going to come in and try to take your job. So you need to stay on your toes. Like that kind of
no,
thing. We didn't get that for Trent. We still haven't. Like we've got these like young right backs like Nico Williams who's now moved on and Ramsey who's come in and hasn't even seen the field. But
yeah,
there's been no right back to actually challenge him for that spot. Like Joe Gomez likes to play right back sometimes, but he's
yeah,
more of a center back. And James Milner likes to play right back. Klopp likes to play them at right back, but James Milner's too old. Like he can't keep playing that position.
no, exactly.
Like
And
Trent's
there
had
is,
no competition for that spot, and it's showing. It's showing very very
yeah.
like crystal clear.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I don't know what it really just do. Oh, here's KDB. Who are they taking out? It's 26. Oh, so they're
Bernardo
switching it
Silva is
up.
going to go play right wing, unless there was a sub that I missed and he's not.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it hasn't been Mars' game. I don't. Not starting KDB. I just don't get it. Is it maybe it's just pure like keep him going and not overuse him?
But in this game, when you need to win to stay in, like finish
Yeah,
fourth,
I was gonna say, like like no crazy, but I mean, and fifth. It's not like you're playing the 15th team.
you know
Even
what
stuff
I
like
was
that, I
watching though.
truly don't get is no, but like what I get still is like if load management on KD, why is he starting Holland against these relegation teams? Like what? Like you're just asking to get injured. You don't play Holland, Southampton, like yeah, Patrick against them, sure, but like that doesn't do anything for the
They're
team.
gonna keep Haaland on the field all season as long as he's healthy because they want those goal records. They want those goals. Haaland is obviously gonna play every game because, like, listen, he's getting the goals. He's literally like top of the table for goal scoring by like a landslide.
Yeah. Oh
Like
no, no, he's
you're
getting
not gonna
golden boot.
rest him. This isn't the NBA. You don't rest your best players.
Yeah.
But
No.
here's
Yeah.
what I want to know. I want to know how early managers in the Premier League select their lineups. Because
Yeah.
is it like, do you think they like pick it midweek, like a couple days away, or do you think they pick it the day before? Do they pick it the morning of? Because I want to know if Pep picks it yesterday before he sees the Arsenal result, and he just like, you know what, no, I'm gonna stick with my lineup because I like have faith in like my like logic. Then yeah, I
Yeah.
see why De Bruyne is on the bench. But if you see Arsenal lose and you have that chance to close the gap, If he
Oh
started
yeah.
this morning, I don't know how he leaves De Bruyne on the bench unless there's like an injury problem that we don't know about.
No, no. In that, honestly, let's shoot to Twitter. Let's see what Twitter's got to say about this. Cause this play that see what's happening in the realm. See it on Twitter.
De Bruyne immediately just feeding Haaland a through ball. Didn't quite pull it off, but he's gonna go for it.
No, I saw that too. That was funny.
Kane playing very well. I got to admit, like Kane has been like very phenomenal this game.
See, the thing about Kane is he's one of those where you can't not can't give him have to mark him. The thing is, like he has
No,
he
you
has a
have to stay on
low,
top of him. You can't let
yeah,
him run free, or else you're gonna like.
he has a low rate, but he like and again like I saw what's happened, but like he has a low work rate, so you're not in there. You're like this guy's about to go, you know, run by all of our guys. Stay on like 2 touches. Honestly, he's a very good passer. Like I would say he's a better passer than a shooter. Like if it's not a pen, then
For a striker, he is a decent passer. I'll
I
give you
like.
that.
Oh,
Did you
so
have
that
did
goal
you
he
have to get
scored,
your camera working again? By the way.
my like on my
Yeah.
for the pod or for just like
Yeah.
shooting in general.
For this recording, because I haven't been able to see your face for a while.
See my face.
Yeah, just try turning on and off your camera on the bottom. I don't know
Let's
if it's
see.
recorded like that this whole time, but I'm hoping it's not.
I to be able to see your face this entire time. So a live stream, I can see my face. Honestly, it may be on.
Okay, then we should be good. It's just for mine, it's blacked out. I don't know why, but I just want to check. But anyway, back to we're getting to the bottom of this.
That goal came to all-time scorer now. Wait. Oh, what just happened? That he's pointing to the spot.
Is he? No,
Side.
I don't think he called it. I would have. You
That's
see the
outside.
celebration from Dyer? Look at this. It comes off his thigh, and then he just gives a nice little yell.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean it's outside the box. That's fair. Oh, do you want to see last right here? He's putting this in.
You know who I'm a really big fan of on the Spurs?
Uh,
I really like Kulishevsky.
dude, dude, he's one of those dudes you can't like. Honestly, dude, he's like Son. One person ball
The same.
isn't like Son.
They're not quite the same to me, but I do very much think Kulishevsky's a very good like player.
Oh yeah, we love her.
City are knocking on the door. They're getting closer and closer.
They are. Hold on, I'm gonna just roll through the Twitter. Mhm. Oh my god. Sometimes Twitter be wild. And
Okay,
I'm definitely a little
counterattack for
behind.
Spurs. Harry Kane. Oh, so close.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was a great ball across the box.
See, my stream is lagging.
It's not late enough in the game that I think that goal would have put the game away for Spurs, but like
No, 64 minutes in.
that would have been real tough for the City. Yikes.
Oh, yeah, I've just seen that now. The hold on, I may have to scroll up and see now. This is a good one. I think a lot of people. Oh, I just saw that Kane. He was
What
so
does that
close.
say? No, that's true. That's super accurate actually,
That's
because every time
that.
Pep comes up in a big game, he
Gotta
he
like
does
for
he
that.
tries to like he tries to do a little too much.
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola is a fraud, man. I'm gonna say it right now. That's my like hot take that I'm
On
just gonna live by.
honestly, my favorite thing about named Pet Ball wins his picture. De Bruyne. Who would have thought? I'm really happy that we have Pet. Perry been a bust. That's a hot take.
I
He's just been
disagree.
quiet.
I think
He's
Perisic's
just
just
been
quietly been one
quiet
of the
in the
cogs
game.
in the machine that works for Spurs.
Yeah.
Like he's not been an outstanding player for Tottenham. Oh my god, that was close. I don't think he's been like
Dude,
an outstanding player
I
for
need to
Tottenham, but I think he's been like quietly one of their most consistent players.
100%. Like, no, he's been really good for them. I mean, and again, you saw this when he was playing the World Cup. I mean, Perisic on Croatia with Modric is it's just, but yeah, but
You know what else I've just noticed about this game too?
what?
That Tottenham is like things are kind of going their way in terms of like balls bouncing or slipping through players and stuff like that. Like things are just slightly going their way. I think fate's
Yep,
on their side today, which to their
that's a
dismay is also going to be in Arsenal's favor because if they knock off 3 points from City, then Arsenal's like they
lot
get
closer.
yeah they get let off free from that loss yesterday because they're dodging a massive bullet if City still lose this game. Like Arsenal are like dodging a massive bullet.
Yeah,
That's greedy from Kane, man. That's what the commentator says. Selfish. I'm with you. I'm with you. Greedy.
oh no, honestly, not right here. This is the like you were just saying
Yeah.
is this.
Because like as like Tottenham, like obviously they're gonna try to win this game. They want to get UCL spot. They want to get that fourth
Yeah,
place. Oh, that's a goal. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's close. They want to get like that fourth spot, get into the top four, get UCL. But like, are you gonna help Arsenal win the league?
I know.
The answer is yes. Like at the end of the day, the answer is yes. And like obviously, no one in their right mind is gonna say. No one from Tottenham is gonna be like, yeah, let's blow this game because we hate Arsenal that much. But like,
Yeah, oh, yeah,
this is going to be a bittersweet win for them. This is going to be very bittersweet because they're going to get close to the Champions League, but they're going to get City further away
yeah.
from competing with Arsenal.
Mm, it is.
Jao Cancelo going to Bayern Munich. That
Dude,
was surprising.
he had 2 assists his first. That's
Did he
crazy.
really? Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see if that's true. Actually, I gotta look that up.
Yeah, in fact, check that. Dude, my stream is not working. It's very sad.
Let's see here.
Sure.
Bayern Munich. Where are we? Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich. Oh, maybe it was today. I don't see Jao Cancelo getting 1 assist, but still, it's a
Mm.
good start. This lineup now for Bayern Munich is like they just look like it looks scary on paper, but obviously it's not working out for them
Yeah.
because they're not as dominant as they have been in previous seasons. Like you have João
Yeah.
Cancelo, Pavard, Delit, Davies, Goretzka, Kimmich. That's like your defense and your midfield. Going forward, you got Sane, Musiala, Coleman, and Muller.
I always forget Pavard on.
I think Joshua Kimmich is one of the most underrated players of our generation.
Say Kimmich?
Yeah, I don't think anyone
No
gives him the
way.
credit he deserves.
What's the credit on FIFA? I can tell you that. Are you kidding me? He's a cheat code on FIFA.
He's one of the best
Everyone
midfielders
uses.
in this generation, and he was playing right back for like the beginning of it.
Oh boy. Who's that? No.
I really dislike Kyle Walker.
Oh yeah. Just a meathead.
This is gonna be the 15 minutes at the end of the game where City just keep getting closer and closer and closer, and they might
Yeah.
hit the crossbar a couple of times. They might call for a few handballs or ask for a couple penalties. If you're
Of
gonna be on
course. No,
Twitter, look
you.
for me. I need you to look up the Liverpool ones because I gotta see what people are saying about that game yesterday.
Yeah, I got you.
It's a goal kick.
Let's see.
How long do you think Pep Guardiola is gonna stay at City?
I don't know, man. I mean,
Like if they
it's,
if they keep not winning the Champions League because
they're
they've
getting
gone
sacked in
close,
the
but
more.
they just keep choking. Like how much longer do you think Pep Guardiola will stick around?
I mean, I was like, what's the point? You know, like, what else does he have to prove? That was close.
No, what he has to prove is he has to win the Champions League with someone other than like that Barcelona team with Messi. Because he
Yeah,
didn't win the Champions League when he was at Bayern Munich,
you know that's true.
and he hasn't won it with City, even though both of those teams were absolutely like packed with
Oh.
talent.
This
What
is
does
a
that
good
say?
one. Breaking news in last their season, Liverpool will have got their pitch to plant potatoes. That way, they'll have something to May.
Oh my god.
200 appearances. Defeat. Honestly, I just run through their defense post and see. This will be
I think Fenway Sports
all.
Group is like 1 foot out of the door already too. Like I don't think they have much longer owning like Liverpool. I think Jurgen Klopp's actually gonna stay like past his like due date. I think his like I mean they've obviously underperformed this year and they got so close last year to like an insane trophy haul, but then fell short where it mattered the most in the Champions League and the Premier League. So I think that like took a lot of like wind out of their sails. But I think Jurgen Klopp sticks
Yeah.
around for a couple more seasons.
No,
But
yeah, I agree.
Fenway Sports Group might be already on their way out.
Was a football club. Now it's a nightclub.
Oh man.
Our expectations were low, but that's fine.
You think
Full
there's a
time
handball
thoughts,
coming up,
Klopp.
Ben? Ben, look at this. Have you seen?
Let me see.
Like,
Oh, I don't
they're
like
asking
this.
for a handball on Emerson, but I don't. That's not a handball.
Gosh. I didn't. Dude, it's so close.
Fast break. Oh. De Bruyne
By handball.
by De Bruyne.
No, yeah, that's all at all.
Hold on now.
Dude, going up to Roger, that I love. Yeah, I'm definitely a little behind on you.
You're behind. You're behind on the stream, but Tottenham they are getting close. Now, see,
Dude,
if they score now when it's close to the 80th minute, I think that puts the game away.
Yeah, 100%.
20 minutes ago, I wouldn't have said the same thing, but
Yeah. Oh, how that. Come on. Sun work. You see what I'm saying? Like right there, like that pass from Kane was a really good. That was a really good pass from Kane. Also, do very much enjoy Sonny's area. Or is that Kane? Yeah, it's Kane. That's such a good ball to Hoiberg. He should just put that away. But do they have it right now?
he's probably mad at himself. He probably could have done better there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Knowing that Hoiberg is someone who can occasionally pull out a shot like
Yeah.
that from his back pocket.
He'll put rippers in. I mean, that's the thing, though. It's like, dude, I wish Son was still, because that's there is just absolutely ripped it from outside the box. But
great challenge, Emerson Royale, dude, proving you kind of wrong right now. I think he is listening, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna start balling out.
Yeah, he's not doing. Let me see.
He hasn't let Jack Grealish get anything on him. Oh, that's a close one. Perisic coming off for Ryan Sessegnon.
I'm not upset about that.
What are you saying here? Pep Guardiola is a fraud. Do hashtag Pep Guardiola is a fraud.
It's not a bad shout either.
We gotta start a little bit of friction on the Twitter.
Of course, that's what Twitter's for.
That's how we got our last big jump on like Twitter followers and stuff. Is when we started beefing with those.
Say Pep is fraud.
What was that? The Greenville Triumph.
Maybe I think.
Beefing with?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I actually completely forgot about that. I kind of should go back and some of that.
Twitter, we can just cause trouble. I feel like Twitter's a wasteland now.
Oh, for real. No one actually looks at Twitter seriously.
We can really like talk trash and just like start trouble. So if we start spreading out that Pep Guardiola is a fraud, we might get hate for it, but
we'll get a lot of other fans.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you want to get fans, just say. Oh, geez. Brady pursuing his broadcasting career? That'd be wild.
What did you say?
Tom Brady's maybe with a broadcasting career. Yes. I think I just saw that as a tweet. I don't know how official that is. Ooh. But to plug our own selves, as we are getting to the end of this game.
Yeah, let's give them the website. Let's give them the Instagram. Let's give them the TikTok and the YouTube.
Of course. I mean, everything's at BallBoy Soccer. At even our website is ballboysoccer.com. You can get anything from new gear that we have, all gear that's put up that you can buy with our affiliate links. We do have a section which helps us get the website up, but we've been lacking a little bit with ever since the World Cup. But that's because we were going really hard for the World Cup.
What are
Um,
we looking to get to the people soon? We're working on merch.
Merch is in the works.
We got a lot of content
Definitely.
coming between videos and articles.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, no, we have a lot of merch coming.
We're gonna try to put together some
We're gonna have some workout plans.
workout and
Plans
practice
we'll be able to
sessions.
give
If you're
out.
looking to improve your
Yep.
touch and your skills, we got practice sessions coming on for players who are training by themselves or players who are training in small groups. So that's definitely on the way.
Instagram. I mean, that's where we probably post honestly the most is on our Instagram. We is definitely within here as well. I mean,
I think every day I get closer to wanting to start a Discord for BallBoy so that we can start a true community of soccer fans who are all just talking about it. Oh, City's mad. City's mad. You're gonna see this in a second, Ben, but this is what I'm saying. They're
let's
getting
see.
real frustrated. They're gonna
Oh,
start losing their heads a little bit.
last bit.
You see it
Looks
yet?
like we're lagging a bit. Can't see. I'm losing
Oh, my man's real behind
some of
now.
these and see if it helps lift it up. But I still have to carry us through. But yeah, no, definitely check us out on social media. Um, we are going to try to do this a little more regular. Um, Today was definitely a little rougher than we anticipated, and I definitely gonna have some more guests, more people coming in and giving their thoughts. And if you just have our followers and anyone who really wants to hop on and just talk anything type of footy, um, we'd love that. We're
We need
really
a
just
we need
we're
a
just here
hot
to
take segment.
spread
This is why
how
we need
beautiful the game is, how much fun you can have, and just even know what it is to support a club and from across the pond and seeing the go on from there. So,
Ben, can you hear me?
but yeah, um, we'll chill here a little longer. Hope comes back soon. I see he's lagging a bit. But yeah. Let's see.
Hello?
Okay, let's see.
Hello? Can you hear me again?
Ken.
What was the last thing I was saying? I don't even remember.
Uh not we were just talking about the website and yeah, and we got
Oh,
nutritional
gotcha.
plans coming in the
So
works, all that
you
stuff.
were talking about having like guests in, like fans like that. I think we need a segment where it's just a we just need a hot take segment. We need someone to come in for I don't know, give them a minute. We'll give them 1 minute just to say like a wild take. Give us your hottest take, and then we'll proceed to cook you for however long we feel is necessary. Because I want these takes to be like I want your most outlandish takes.
That's something that we all know. Like, is Kevin De Bruyne the best mid current in the Prem? Like, that's not really negotiable. Like, I think that's it's a decent take. But say the best, striker, true striker. Now that's questionable. So definitely want to hear from you guys and see what type of takes you got, but some outlandish ones for sure.
Yeah, I want to
But
hear what some of the like crazy takes are. But that brings me back to like talking about starting a Discord. Because if we had a Discord community where we could collect some of these people's takes, or just people who are interested in like showing up on the podcast for a couple minutes, I think if we started a Discord, comment below if you'd be interested in joining.
No, no, that'd be really good. Yeah, or even I'm gonna start linking stuff in the Instagram. I'm gonna put
Oh,
polls
he's
and
gone.
stuff.
He's gone. Ben, it happened. I was right.
What? Yeah, I'm,
No, guess what happened? Guess what happened? I said it. I said it right before the game started. Jack Grealish dribbling right at Christian Romero, gets a foul. He's out. Red card.
yeah.
I knew that was going to
6.
happen. That matchup was always going to be what Jack Grealish was targeting. Because Jack Grealish is quicker than Christian Romero 10 times out of 10. And getting that early yellow card, you knew second half Jack Grealish was going to come out and look for that red card. Oh, I saw it coming from a mile away. I knew it was going to be him too. Eric Dyer was always safe.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be Romero. He's so unreliable. Or no, he's actually quite the opposite. He's actually so reliable that I knew he was going to get that red card.
I was thinking more Bentancur than anything. Oh, that's tough though, just because.
Listen, they only got 3 minutes left. They're probably going to throw on. This game's been going by pretty quick. I'm saying they're only going to throw on like 3+ minutes.
Yeah, I think to be fair. Yeah, I just think now to really transition, we need to literally run Hayne, we sub off Sun and or on there that would actually be
They just took
beneficial.
off Kulishevsky and put on Sanchez, so you had it on the money.
Yeah, sounds about right.
They were always
Yeah, then it.
Kane and Harry, yeah, Harry Kane
Yeah,
and Young Ming Sun on the field.
now it's the most dynamic. Well, I mean, last year they were scared.
I can't argue
Crazy.
that because it's like statistically true.
Yes, statistically, they had more assists and goals together than any other combination in the league. But the only thing I don't like about Christian Romero's game is he's taking those cards, and it's like, I mean, who do we play next? Oh, Harry Kane scoring is good. That's the other thing we got to do is EPL fantasy. We'll have to start
Fantasy
a
league
league,
for
a
BallBoy
bunch of.
Soccer. We got to talk about
Yep.
that. The thing I sent you on Instagram. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw that. It's
card.
yeah. I just don't know how good that really is. I also, yeah, I don't know too much about it.
I like the concept though. I like the concept more than like NBC's Premier League Fantasy because I think the Premier League is too long for people to stay interested in for fantasy. I don't think people are gonna go in every week and change their lineups and try to like let go and pick up players. Like I think it's too long. People are not gonna like stay attentive and stay on top of that kind of thing. But this is a little more compact. This is only like you pick 2 players in each position. I think it's a lot more doable and manageable, and it looks a lot more fun. So I like the concept more for the so rare.
Oh wow, the time wasting is unreal from Tottenham right now.
Yeah, the head injury, Hoiberg. That's a good one.
Did he get pummeled on the head though?
Yeah, that free kick came off his head, which is fair. Like he had every right to go down and cover his head.
I guess
But
that
he's
hit
gonna
more
come right
Kane's
back on the
big.
field like nothing happened to him.
He hit Kane's big. The thing that I'm curious about between the athletic trainer and the physios, who's ever on the field, do Prem players have like word or thing they do to be like, yeah, this is time wasting, or like, nah, like this is part of it.
I think that's like tactics. That's like like I think the managers have conversations with the physios and the coaches and say this is how we are gonna time manage the game. If this like scenario happens, this is what like I think everyone knows the drill already. Like if we're winning 1-0 and it's 5 minutes left in the game, slow everything down. Injuries, injuries, injuries. Slow everything down. Kick the ball out of bounds. Let's waste time. That's standard. I don't think that's even necessarily something they have to talk about. I think that's just something that playing in this league or working in this league, like as a physio or something, that's just something you know. It's like one of those like it's like standard.
Yeah. The only thing now I'm curious about is when can Hugo minutes can they how Hoiberg just came off, when can they now come on? Because he still has to come off with a head injury, even though he was cleared and he's still good to go back in. Is it just
Yeah.
the next stoppage of play, or can he just run right in once he's good?
It's at the ref's behest
Good.
or his will, if you will. It's up to the ref to bring him back on or leave him out. If he thinks it's like severe, he might just leave him out for a couple seconds, or he just might be an a hole about it and leave him on the sideline because he knows he's time wasting. But refs tend to just like let him come right back on, like sometimes in the middle of the play, especially if there's a change in possession. That's like a big opportunity to come back in. So
He's
you work with like athletic trainers and like physios and stuff like that. Like what's that like during game day?
um I mean honestly you're actually not doing as you think. Just
Right.
because anything you would normally do for like a normal training day or practice day, more you have more leeway with how much you can actually do. Just because we don't want to cause any quote unquote trauma. So like doing like soft tissue massage, any cupping, any dry needling, that's more in the body cover. You're not doing at least a day or two before stuff like all part of like the whole like load management. Um, it's one of those things where you kind of see what they actually need and go from there. And then you just kind of, it's more a lot of stretching, more just activation, getting their muscles firing right, making sure their bodies are aligned, stuff like that. A lot of the times you'll see a lot of muscle energy techniques is what it's called. So using an individual body and their own energy to kind of realign themselves. But that's pretty much it. It's you're really doing bare minimums on game day. Um, oh my, that
What are
was
you allowed to talk about in terms of the football team you're working with right
hold on
now?
one second. Right to that.
All right, we're just gonna watch Hugo Lloris get up from this injury. Big result for Arsenal. This is a massive result for Arsenal.
All right, all right. What were you saying again? Repeat that.
How much are you allowed to talk about when it comes to the team you're currently working with in the USL?
Uh, it definitely can't say too much, just because again, it's all patient privacy, and also
Right.
me being more in a volunteer position, a paid position.
So
Um,
without like naming names or even organizations, like
yeah,
what's it like working with athletes in the USL? USL one to be specific.
I think something that a lot of people you probably see this more across the pond, but definitely coming from um, being constantly surrounded by college soccer and stuff like that in the U.S. But the U.S. in general, their budgets are very low. Um, so, for instance, like USL teams, they don't even actually have like currently, some are just utilizing like locker room is their athletic training room. You maybe have one physio bench in the corner. You may have a table, some yoga bands, something like that, or maybe like you have like a heat pack. You have a hydroculator for a heat pack.
Right.
Um, it's now a lot, and something I've seen and I've heard from other people working in the USL is more or less that budget is very low, and it's focused on the players And especially with the USL growing significantly, you're seeing them wanting to use the money to create a better atmosphere, and even just better um, stadiums too. So
Yeah.
a lot of people are trying to build the best stadium they can.
Yeah.
A lot of them are where they're sharing space for their
Right.
team, organization, university.
But
Um,
going back to the player aspect, right? It's a good segue.
yeah,
I want to know is the level of athlete and the level of talent in the USL one. Do you think it's underrated in this country, or do you think um, it's looked at the way it is for like a good reason? Like, do you think those athletes and the players, like on a talent level and like an athlete level, in terms of like what they're physically
yeah.
capable of, like, do you think like it makes sense? Do you think it's underrated in this country? Do you think it's like on the up? Do you think it's stagnated?
I think this is something where it really depends. It's going to be team by team year. I think now more than ever, I mean, every year the talent's getting better, and every team has international people or athletes on their team. So with that, that's really huge. You'll see a lot of people from international academies, stuff like that. You'll be seeing them on these teams, and you'll see their skill. But a lot of these people too, like some of these kids are coming right out of D1, some good D1. You know, I've really like D1 national championship like caliber teams, and in the NCAA in the US, and they're playing on some of these teams. And some of these kids are stars, and other ones you can tell that some of these, the international talent, the other outdoes it. But another thing you're seeing too is just different type of athletes. You're seeing 28, 20-year-old guys from other countries, and you're seeing them, um, you know, really try to make as much money as other people at a level like this and go from
So
there.
it's definitely not just a league full of like uh young American players who maybe just got out of college or just got out of high
Um,
school.
honestly, if anything, I wouldn't even say it's really filled with true like American talent. I mean, every team utilizes national players as they can.
Right.
And is from the ones that I've seen, most of those people have been usually the star players on the team. And I think it's just you're seeing a lot of people either want to move, get a different exposure, stuff like that. Transfers and stuff like that. I know there was a USL Championship guy that got bought out by a club for quite some time, or not quite some time, but just quite some money, which is pretty good. But like you just don't see it too often. But the thing is, and just how how there's tiers and there's leagues and there's stepping stones, and USL one is it's only supposed to be a stepping stone. Some people do make it final destination, and some of those people are just trying to finish out their professional career and make a little bit of money on the side. Um,
That makes sense.
I think talents is growing and growing. Um, the thing is, a lot of these guys are only 1-2 year deals, and then after that, they're either not moving up, they're moving horizontal. Um, because the person that was playing was was a little too good at that time. But no, I mean, from teams, the thing too that you really see, which honestly makes the U.S. and there's never going to be a clear winner, is um is don't stay the same at all. Like most
Yeah.
teams are dropping half a
Yeah.
roster gone, and you have a whole new half coming in. So it's very tough to really see that contingency of like, oh, like this
That
team
probably
can be
makes
good
the
for a
league more
while.
exciting though. That probably makes the league more exciting if you're seeing new faces every season.
And I think the thing about it too is, for some of the newer teams that are joining the league, because I know that USL one just expanded and added, I believe, two more teams. So I believe added two more teams, and I believe one team dropped down from USL Championship to USL one. no, actually, no, I believe they went from USL 1 to USL 2. But you're seeing a lot of just stuff like that where um, it's just getting bigger, and that whole tier and league system is getting more relevant within US soccer. It's just sad that we can't have a true division system. That's just due to people wanting to make money and stuff like that. I mean, obviously in the US you have the MLS,
That's
and
a whole
then
nother
next up,
conversation for another podcast.
yeah, I mean the MLS. I mean you have, yeah, after the MLS you truly just have USL Championship, and the second highest like tier. Some people want to argue that MLS Next is right behind, but it's not. MLS Next is in that boat with USL One, MLS Next. One more, I forget the name of it, but there's one more third like tier league that is really professional and stuff like that. But another thing I realize too is USL pays their athletes more than MLS Next. But um, yeah, that's definitely something. But yep, us hearing trying to talk over through this Tottenham and Man City game, but
Yeah, the final results in.
yep, Tottenham wins it with 1-0 against City in the most Tottenham way ever. The poacher himself, Harry Kane,
And a red card
two
to boot.
yep, 200 goals. So he's the highest. He's working his way up. He's only 9 away from beating Rooney, and he's got 61 more till Alan Shearer's record.
If he stays
But
at Tottenham, he'll get that, but it might take a couple years. But will he
yeah,
even stay at Tottenham? Do you think he'll get sick of not winning trophies?
so Tottenham isn't battling him for his contract anymore, and Bayern is looking to pick him up. So again, that's another conversation for another time. But
Yeah.
to kind of wrap this up, because we've been on for quite some time, but definitely,
Overall,
yeah, definitely a decent
we need
game
to
to
start the
watch.
podcast.
Yes, no, for sure. And again, we truly are wanting to tailor around everyone that's watching and stuff like that. So again, DM us on Instagram, Twitter, however you're watching this, even YouTube. Comment down below things you want us to talk about. People you may want to see that, even if you want us to talk about, even if you want to come on. I mean, we're open to
If you
having
are a
anyone.
soccer
And
fan and you want to be part of the conversation, this is the place to be.
yep, yep. And that is
Not too many things or people we're gonna turn away at the door.
that is very true. It's very true. But all right, I appreciate everyone who tuned in for coming, and we'll catch you later.
All right.
And remember,
There's only one Zlatan.
oh, I don't think it played, but
I heard it. It played.
perfect. That's all that matters. There's only one Zlatan.
All
But
right.
all right, I'll catch you later.
Peace.